Hey everybody, welcome back to Friday PM. I happen to be here with my good friend Warren Edgar. Warren is the producer of a show that's been on for several seasons. He's going to tell us more about it because I would probably screw up part of how many seasons it's been on, but it's several seasons. Pathways to Progress. It used to be with Lisa Savage and several different city councilors, but they're about to reboot for a new season. The upcoming season is going to be with a new host, one of the city councilors, formerly a city councilor and now the host, Roberto Rodriguez. But without further ado, let me introduce Warren to you. Good to see you, Warren.
Luigi, thanks for having me back. I love the new set.
Thank you. Thank you. We're starting it out.
We're in downtown Portland.
Downtown Portland. We got the new set. It's Christmas time. We want to make sure to promote our Christmas special is upcoming. That's exciting. We're going to have a lot of really good local music, a lot of things that are going on in the Christmas spirit. And I want to make sure we always remember it's our third annual New Year's Eve live special. So that's exciting too. Music, all kinds of great stuff. Maine's only live countdown show. Never been done before. We are going into our third season of it. But let's talk to Warren about Pathways. So how many seasons have you guys been on so far, by the way?
So we've done 3 seasons
Three
so
seasons,
far, and
okay.
this will be our 4th season.
Fourth season. And so what was the show kind of originally envisioned at? And then we'll talk a little bit about what it's going to be kind of turning into now.
Yeah, so Pathways to Progress originally was created by myself and producer GOC and Giovanni.
Okay.
And it originally was basically about, it was following actually primarily 2 city councilors who at the time were getting elected, Roberto Rodriguez and Victoria Pelletier. And they became city councilors, and they were on a panel discussion that me and Gio produced. And we had asked Lisa Savage to come in and be the moderator, and that was the education and equity panel discussion.
Okay.
And it was really great, and she was a really great moderator. And I had seen her in other stuff, and we basically asked her and Roberto and Victoria, who had won, and said, hey, we want to do a show kind of following the city council.
Okay.
What's the city council up to? And it's like a check-in every month. What's going on? Can you explain some stuff? And then the show expanded. We started going out on the street. We asked local Portlanders, what do you want to ask your city councilor? And we've had multiple city councilors on. We've had Regina Phillips. We've had April Fournier. And I'm missing many
Many
and
more.
I apologize.
Right.
But what's been really great about that has been the connection between community and local government.
Okay, interesting. And so I know you don't necessarily go by seasons. So it's more like it's been on for several years.
Yeah.
And it kind of, I mean, to me, from the outsider looking in, it seems like it started out at the beginnings of some of these younger people, really vibrant, people on the city council. And they've gotten to the point where now they're kind of retiring from it. So it's been a little bit of a shift. Because a lot of them now, I mean, they're not really going to keep doing the show if they're, just regular citizens. So there's some shifting of it. But one of the gentlemen on it, Roberto Rodriguez, who is really like an integral part of the show for all those years, he's now going to be the new host.
That's correct.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
So Victoria Pelletier and Roberto Rodriguez, basically their terms were up.
Yes.
And so the thing was, the conversation that took place with the producers was basically, okay, do we want to continue this show or do we want to end it? And the consensus was, hey, this show, it's been on, it's been really popular, and we've had some really great support behind it. How about let's do another season?
Okay.
And the idea, Lisa was like, I'm kind of, she had kind of figured out that, I'll produce the show, but I'm not really going to be the main face of it.
Right.
So Roberto said, I got this. He stepped in. So he's now the main host.
He's the main host.
Exactly. And so the premise of this new season, season 4, same name, but now it's going to be him sitting down with a local official, a local politician, a former local politician. I don't know if I can say this, but I will say it anyway. Ethan Strimling, we'll cut it out.
Yeah.
Ethan Strimling, former mayor of Portland, will be on the new first episode of season 4.
Excellent.
Talking to Roberto about his time in office and his time out of office. And basically the idea is, let's talk to local politicians about the impact that they've had, about the impact that they've seen in the city. And it's really awesome.
Well, so again, as me looking at it from the outsider, because before you had Lisa Savage was the host, and the city councilors were kind of a mainstay on it. So it was almost a little bit of an interesting kind of crossfire between them, although they were pretty much a lot of kind of aligned politically.
Yeah.
But now it sounds to me more like there won't be any like permanent guests. Roberto will be the permanent host, but he will have a lot of different politics. So that'll make it interesting because you'll hear a lot more diverse ideas from different ends of the spectrum. What I liked about Pathways was it was really great for kind of the liberal point of view about a lot of things. But now I believe Roberto is going to kind of have people on a lot of different wavelengths as well.
Exactly. And I think at the end of the day, this new Pathways to Progress, it's not about politics.
Yes.
It's about political careers.
Okay.
It's about the impact that politicians have on our society, and it's about how politicians, current and past, are seeing landscapes shift. And I think that's what's really cool about it. And I really want to touch on, the difference with the show in that it has changed significantly in terms of production style.
Okay.
And originally the show was very much, it was this, black curtain, we're going to sit down in these chairs and talk. And then that, we were like, we went for that for like almost 3 seasons. And then we were like, yeah. And then we tried another studio that we filmed at, which was much nicer. But once again, it still had that talk show look and feel.
Yes.
It was 30 minutes of talking primarily, and it was in chairs. This new season is going to have a lot of new pre-taped visual elements. We're really telling a story in many ways. It's still your classic. We're sitting down, we're having this one-on-one conversation, but we're doing it in nicer environments. We're doing it in people's offices, outside, in really unique environments. And I think that level of visual appeal it's definitely adding something to the show. Or will add something.
Will add something. Yeah. I mean, I think that's part of the idea. It was like starting out, it was kind of like a Charlie Rose, 60 Minutes. It's like we're going to let the people do the talking or the things of that nature. But sometimes it's cool to have the visuals, especially as you've evolved as a director of photography and certain things with yourself behind the scenes, where now you see avenues that when you were starting out, it was a lot more, hey, let's do this. It's in studio. There's a certain excitement about doing things in a studio, even though the studio that is here at Portland Media Center isn't the most exciting. But there's also something really exciting about being out and about where there's colors. And like we're doing now, you're seeing people outside. It opens the world a little bit, and it gives the eyes more visual stimulation.
And what's ironic about this whole setup is Pathways to Progress, originally its pilot episode was filmed
here.
in this front window studio.
That,
and unfortunately, because of limitations at the time with the studio, we were unable to continue in the front window. So we had to film in a more traditional studio setting. But as and I'm, I should specify that I'm the director and one of the executive producers of the show.
Yes.
But as the director, I always felt like this show was lacking something.
Yeah.
And I really tried to do something with going out into the field and doing pre-taped elements like that, but I still felt, there is something more here we can do. And I think by going out and filming in different locations in every episode, I think that is totally the way to go. And I'm really excited for you to see the new season.
And when's it going to start again, the new season?
Yeah, so the new season, it premieres January 10th. Right here on PMC Channel 5.
Okay.
Also on YouTube.
Awesome. Well, look for that. We'll be right back. I want to thank Warren again. We got more show for you. Stick around.